Hi, everyone. Thank you very much for joining today. The purpose of the webinar is just to talk through some of the materials that were sent in your FedEx package and then to do some demonstrations of some of the technologies so that we have a visual of the different steps that were described in the study protocol. The first slide is just a reminder about our kickoff training in Chicago on May 2nd and 3rd at the Erickson Institute, and we will send an email with a lot more details about the room location and how to get to the Institute from your hotel. In the original email I sent, I also provided a lot of specifics about what would be covered as far as travel expenses, and I believe Constance has gotten everyone's travel forms, so you'll be hearing from her or the travel agent about making sure that your flights are reserved pretty soon. If you have any questions about travel, please let Constance or I know. So in your packet of materials that was sent through FedEx, there is an agreement form for the supervisor and the home visitors. And these agreement forms outline the various study activities. So please take a look through, read carefully, and then sign at the very bottom. And if you can take a picture of the form or a PDF, scan it to me, that would be great, and that way I will save it to my files. So over the course of the study, you will be recording 3 home visits, ideally with the same family. So the visits, you will be recording 1 in the next few months, or in April, so in the next few weeks before you come to Chicago. The second video will be recorded sometime between May and July, and the third video will be recorded sometime in August. So when you're thinking about a family that you want to ask to participate in your video recordings, you want to think about choosing a family that represents a typical family that's participating in the program, that you have an established relationship with and expect to be visiting for the next few months, that you think will feel comfortable having their home visits video recorded, and a family that you see consistently, so a family that doesn't cancel very often. And when you think about which visit you want to record, we don't need to see anything special, so we are just looking to see a typical home visit. But you may want to think about avoiding a first visit or an enrollment visit, or a visit where you might have a more structured screening assessment like an ASQ or an IFSP review. So you might want to avoid those so that, because we want the video to see to show more spontaneous home visitor family interactions. And then again, we are looking to have those videos recorded in English. In your packet of materials, there were a few copies of a family agreement form. So this is a form for you to go through with the family before you do the video recording. And the form explains why the visit is being recorded, who will see the video, where it's stored, and that the recording is voluntary. So the family can change their mind at any time if they decide they no longer want to be recorded. So we're asking you to get the caregiver's signature before recording the visit, and you only have to do this once. You don't need to do it before every video. And if you could take a picture of the form and send it to me, and then we can also store that in our records. Just a few tips about recording the video itself. So it's a good idea. We do suggest kind of practicing with the camera in your office prior to the home visit, including everyone, including you, in the home visiting session in the frame of the video for as much as possible. Trying not to film in front of a large window, as sometimes that washes out the image. And then trying to minimize distracting noises like from a TV or a radio whenever possible. Next, I'm going to turn it over to Patricia, and she's going to show a few videos of how to use the camera and the tripod, how to transfer the video to the computer, and then how to upload the video to Box. So I will turn it over to Patricia.
Okay, so now we're going to go through how to use the camera. Once I have the camera, the first thing I need to do is charge the battery. I will take the battery pack and slide it into the back of the camera until it clicks. Then I will take the charger cord and plug it into the back of the camera right next to the battery. I will know that the camera is charging because the red light in the back is solid red. Once the camera is charged, I can turn it on by opening the little screen. It will also ask me to open the lens cover, which I will do with this little switch. That way I can see what the camera is pointing at, as well as the amount of battery I have left and whether the recording resolution is set to 4 Mbps as it should be. If there is a different number there, such as 17, we need to change this setting. In order to do that, we will go to the left top corner of the screen and press that little house icon. That will take us to the option Recording Setup. We're going to touch right there, and then it will give us two options, movie format and video quality. We are going to press on video quality, and then the last option in that menu is 4 Mbps. That's what we are going to choose. After we've done that, we can just go back to our home screen and start recording. To start recording, I will open the screen, open the lens with the little switch right to the side of it, and I can then move the screen so that I can see what the camera is pointed at. I can also use the switch on top of the camera to get closer or farther away, so I can make sure to include everyone in the visit in my frame. When I am ready to start recording, I will press the silver and red button in the back of the camera. When I'm recording, the screen will show a red dot and a timer that tells me how long I have been recording. The lights in the back of the camera will be one solid green and one blinking red. When I am done recording, all I need to do is push the same silver and red button and the recording will stop. I will be able to look at the recording I just made by pressing the playback button and selecting a scene from the list. When I touch on the video that I just made, it will start playing. In order to record the visit, the camera should be set on a flat, stable surface such as a table or a tripod. All of our tripods have the same basic structure in which the top piece can be detached by pulling on a lever and sliding the piece out. This top piece then gets screwed into the bottom of the camera. Once the top piece has been attached to the camera, it can then be replaced by pulling on the lever and sliding the piece in. Then, by firmly securing the lever back in place, the camera will be attached to the tripod and it can be adjusted as needed. To transfer the file, now we're going to go into how to transfer the files from the camera to the computer and how to upload them to our web service. To transfer the files from the camera to the computer, we will use an USB cord. This end is going to go into the camera here, and this, the standard USB cord, will go into a port of my computer. Once the camera has been plugged in, I will turn it on and then press the playback button to establish the connection. When I have done that, if I go to my File Explorer, I will find that under the This PC or My PC menu, I can see the camera. There will be a removable storage folder, and in that a folder named DCIM. And under that I will have one or more folders that contain my video files. So one folder at a time, I will select the video files. I will right-click, select copy. I'm going to go to my desktop, right-click again, and select paste. That way the files will transfer from the camera to the computer. Now I can go to the other folder and repeat the process. After all my files have been successfully transferred, I need to turn the camera off before I unplug it from the computer so as to not damage the camera or the files. And now I can rename the files, and I will do that following the following convention. I will use my study ID, the number of the visit I recorded, whether it was visit number 1, 2, or 3, and then if I have two files from the same visit, I will put an A at the end of the first and a B at the end of the second. That way, when I upload my files, it will be easier to know which visit each file corresponds to. In order to upload your files, you will need to open a Box account. To do that, you can open the email we have sent you that will look a bit like this, and click on the Create Password link. There you will have the opportunity to set a password. It should be something that is easy for you to remember, but hard for others to guess. Now you will be able to sign into Box by entering your email address and the password that you just set. And you will come onto a page that includes a folder that has your name on it. You will click on that folder, and this is the folder where you are going to be uploading all your videos. To do that, you will go to the top right corner, click Upload, select File, and then choose the video file that you want to upload. If you have several videos that you want to upload, I recommend doing it one at a time. How long a video takes to upload will have to do with both the length of the video and the speed of the internet connection. Once a file has been uploaded successfully, you'll be able to see it on your screen, and then you can repeat the process with any remaining videos. When you have finished uploading all your videos, you can log out of Box by going to the top right corner and selecting Log Out. That's it. Once I have the camera, the first thing I need.
Thank you, Patricia. Just a few more. All right, so just a few more slides. I next wanted to touch on selecting the two sections of your video that you want to share at the training in Chicago. So what we will ask you to do is to watch your video with your supervisor and then to select two sections of the video about 5 minutes each to discuss that you're okay being shown during the training in Chicago. So the first video clip should be a section where you felt communication went well, and the second clip should be a segment where you didn't feel that communication went as well as you may have liked. So we'd ask for you to submit the timestamps for the two sections to me at this email address by April 26th. So all we need in that email is just something that says, you know, minute 8 to minute 13, and then minute 22 to minute 27, just the timestamps for the two sections that you'd like to show. I just wanted to review the timeline of activities before we are all together in Chicago. By April 19th, we'd like home visitors to upload their first video recorded home visit. Between April 22nd and 26th, home visitors and supervisors will take the online baseline survey. So we will email out a link to the survey, and it'll only take about 20 minutes to complete. By April 26th, we will send participants the toolkit to review. And then by April 26th, we'd ask home visitors to email the timestamps of those two sections of their recorded home visit. And then May 2nd and 3rd, we will all be together in Chicago. So if you have any questions, you're welcome to email me or call me at any time. And then we also have a technical assistance line, and that's 410-585-5994. So one of our study team members here will have a phone with that phone number with us at all times, so that we can help troubleshoot any issues you might have. So thank you very much for being part of our study, and we're looking forward to working with you. Thank you.